Hey everyone, how you doing today? I thought I would show you an update on this Kriel Space Station, and been getting a fair amount of more things done to it, but it's got some more to go yet. Just wanted to kind of show you some of the changes that were made since the last time I showed this. One of the little things I wanted to do is get these rear landing pads a little bit bigger yet, and mount them a little bit differently than what I had. I had this angled connector that went over. Here, let me get the HUD on. Went over this way before. Kind of restructured this whole section here. I've got a lot of texture problems and things I'm gonna have to clean up throughout the whole hall of the base yet. So that is coming. So if you see misalignments and stuff like that, hopefully I'll get all that wrapped up at some point. But I added this kind of extension out here with a couple antennas sticking out, trying to bulk this up a little bit. And as the landing pads got a little bit bigger again on the back, I also put in a couple connectors over here. Now, I still got to tweak out these landing pads and do the decals, and I might even swap out some of the surface blocks with concrete or something to swap out some of the textures. And I'm kind of planning a big project on working on the flooring as like its own thing before this is all done. So there's a lot of rooms that have the same thing going on where I think they should have better flooring going on. So other things that have been done in here, let me go to night lighting. There's several interior spaces that I've been working on and trying to tie things together. So we'll show you where I'm at with that. So this room, last time I added in the 6 additional 320K storage. I did finish up the back area, not a big deal. And then we're back into the main crafting area. Now on the sides of the hangar here, I did work on this area some more. This is first run though. I'm not satisfied with the looks here, so it's going to be I'm going to try to make it look prettier and stuff like that. And we're going to get some more detail when the LCDs go in place, and I got missing textures yet, stuff like that. But I did add in another 4 320K storage on either side of the hangar, and so that brings it totally up to 24 right now. So you got 10 in your main crafting area, 6 just behind there in that other room, and then another 8 out in the hangar area. Probably have some more yet. So here there's a walkway that goes down to an area that I just barely started, and it's basically this connects to the front landing pads here through these doors. And this is kind of like a section. I thought, I don't know, as in farms, the main farming area in here only has 54 grow plots. This thing has a lot of space in it, so there's like a room here that I could put in some filler grow plots so you could have some additional farming. The POI version probably wouldn't have that. This would be just a different room. And this kind of will walk along the front side here up to the other connection to the landing pad and another one of these farm bays. So that's pretty simple, and that goes back up into your hangar here. So if we go down below this floor, then there's another section here I've been working on. And this is a little bit more of a set piece room again. Kind of an overlook. This actually connects to this section here. It's a weird base. It's a weird base for sure. So it gets into this area. Now this is probably going to be close to the end of the POI run through. So I'm actually planning on putting the core somewhere in here, and this you're not going to be able to just walk in here in the POI version. So that won't happen. There'll be a big course that takes you through a lot of different parts of the base before you actually end up getting here. And then here we'll probably have the core somewhere out here as well as a couple other parts. So above here, this is a big floor area that I have not looked at yet. Again, that same area I keep showing that connects to the module bays. Looking forward to this area, but I wanted to start to get like some of the side pathing and other things arranged around it. So it's kind of like one new part of an area. If we go up a ways above the hangar and this other subfloor here, then this is another section I've been working on the interior layout. This is the cafeteria area for the player base. And basically, I wanted kind of some larger rooms in here for the sake of the POI. So you'll have some like room corridor, room action, and then you'll have some larger room spaces like this one to shoot guys up in as you run through here. And there's going to be a lot of secrets. The weird design of the base, with the block work going all over the place, there's a lot of nooks and crannies in here. And that's I'm going to try to use some of those nooks and crannies to accomplish, I don't know, something, especially for the POI. Like over here, this looks pretty straightforward, these little side rooms, until you get over here. You realize there's a big hole that goes all the way down over to here. And stuff like this, I'm going to, for the sake of the POI, I'm going to try to utilize as, again, some kinds of secret areas and things like that. So there's been some planning as I'm going through here doing these things too. And I do have some other little side corridors and stuff that I did do up to little small rooms, like coming in from these landing pads here. There's like another hallway here that buzzes out into this section. And I think I showed like this area before and stuff like that. But it's just a lot of places, like this little sub room over here. I'm gonna have to do. It's obviously filled up with a lot of cargo or container extensions and things like that. But it's definitely coming along. I did add a staircase over here going up to this section, but I didn't really remove this. I don't know what I'm doing quite with that yet. And like this would be blocked off on the POI version. And stuff like that. I got the kind of this course plan, and when you get in here, it's gonna like run you down one side and then up a floor, and then through that floor, and then down on the other side and back around, and then down to a different level, and then down to a different level, and then down to a different level, and then down to a different level. And there's a lot of levels. There really is. And some of the floors are pretty big. Like the one I haven't done yet, like this one. There's a lot of space here. A lot of weird space, I will say, but that could make for some interesting layout and stuff like that. And we'll see how this bottom area comes out. I've been kind of saving this for the last, but right now I'm just trying to get the pathing and the layout and all the connections. There's like 8 different ways in the base right now, and they all got to connect to other places, and then stuff like that. So there's been a lot of planning. But at the end of the day, for the player base version, you pretty much hang out in this area with the hangar and then the farm stuff right above here. And that would probably be, so you're not running all over the place to get things done. You'll have a pretty straightforward place to chill out and do your Empyrion tasks in the base, growing food, processing ore, whatever that might be. But as in the POI version, there's going to be stuff going on around all over the place and stuff like that. So it's interesting course. I expect it to be, this isn't the most giant POI that I've seen in the game, but it should have a decently lengthy run through it, and multiple checkpoints, I would say. You get to a certain point and you hit a switch or a door, and then you kind of now you're at the next checkpoint. I've seen that done on other POIs made by other authors. It's not a bad way to go. And sometimes too, like if you are 10, 15 minutes into the POI, if it lasts that long, it's hard to predict. But once you get to a certain spot, maybe one of these external doors or something will allow you to get in it, so you don't have to run through the whole thing again to get back to the point to get your body and your stuff back if you happen to get harmed. It's we'll see. I haven't even thought about placement of AI or turrets or other things that you might expect in the POI. So that'll be a whole process in itself. But I just kind of want to show where I'm at right now. I know it seems a little chaotic right now because I've got some areas that are done or getting there and other areas in between it that aren't done, so I don't have like a complete hallway pathing through here to exactly work that out yet. But that's a lot of these things. What I was really trying to do is just get the connections in place. I got doors in places all over the place on here. I had to tie them into like a layout, a hallway structure, figure out how I'm gonna run floors and rooms and stuff like that. So a lot of things that I have been doing were planning based, and then some. And then once I figured out, yeah, I want it to be like that, then I would take like a room like this and start to texture it and do the block work and stuff like that in here. It's just gonna have a lot. There's a lot of places in here. Um, so hopefully it'll be fun. It is quite the project, but it's getting there. As in release for the player base. Here, let me go back to lighting. I'm thinking that this week my goal is to try to wrap up. Well, try to finish up the rest of the interior. Get the rest of the stuff tweaked out, at least to the point that I would consider, first run. The sides of the hangar over here. This is kind of like first run. I plan on trying to make this look better. Any means necessary, whatever I can do to make this look better by maybe changing some blocks around, working on the floor some more, working on this, adding decals, you name it, anything that can add more detail. Basically, this area here is the area that I tweaked out the most when I was building it so far, and I kind of wanted this like more finalized, sort of the LCDs that are not here yet, and I haven't even made a Kriel LCD yet, so that's another thing I'm gonna have to spend a little time to do. I'd like to make a new LCD structure for Kriel, and of course for their basic stuff like your storage bins and stuff like that, but also for directions and maybe elevator signs and stuff like that. But yeah, there's just gonna be so many weird places in here. It's kind of, in some ways it has like 6 different levels, but some of the levels tie into other levels at different heights. So it's very different. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on where I'm at with this and what's left to do on it. And it's getting there. I'd probably say it's getting around the 70%ish thing on this yet. But I've got I like if I could get a good solid 20 hours of work into this over the course of the rest of this week. I think I should be able to wrap up most of the interior. I got some other things to do, like get sensors on lights, or get lights on sensors, I should say, stuff like that. Right, it's hard to finalize the lighting in the base when nothing's on sensors because you're seeing light bleed through from all kinds of places that shouldn't have lights on when you're looking at one area. Like maybe there's lights up in these top rooms when I'm looking at the hangar right now, and so that changes the look of the lighting in the hangar. So I'll have to go over all that, and then I've got another thing. Got a lot of missing textures and stuff right now, and I also want to tweak out the flooring throughout most of this place, and that'll be like its own side project to try to further enhance the looks of the stuff. And we'll see how it comes out. This is it's been a fun one. It's a pretty big project, but it's a pretty fun project. Definitely one of the most exotic things I've attempted to make with Empyrion to date. I think the next most exotic thing I think I tried was the Kriel Beholder, that 3-legged thing. That was another one of those crazy concoctions, and that's what I love Kriel for. That's kind of why I wanted to have like an alternative race to work on that was really, really different than the humans and stuff like that, so I could like do stuff I want. Like the shaping on this wouldn't work for humans. It doesn't look right. That's kind of why I wanted this alien race in the first place, to really experiment, get into a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally do with a human-like creation. And yeah, we'll see how it comes out. But I think it'll be kind of expensive for a player base for sure. But it would work as a player base. It would be pretty straightforward and usable. but it's going to have a lot of waste, where it's, you know, it could be half the size or even less than that, and have the same function for a player base. But again, one of its primary goals really is to be a POI, and I think it could be a neat POI. I gotta, you know, make sure it plays good, make sure the layout works out good, and we'll go from there. But it would be. I don't know how long it's going to take to run through the POI if you know the layout and stuff, but there'll be a lot of little hidden stuff along the way too. So I don't want it. I don't want it like too crazy. I don't want it complicated or confusing, where you get to a certain point, you're lost, you have no idea what to do next. I don't want to run in that situation. So, however I set up the run through here, I'm going to try to keep it pretty straightforward, where you kind of know where to go, or you're not lost. But on the same note, I want to hide a lot of stuff. And if you're just kind of running through and not paying attention, you'll probably miss a lot of loot and stuff like that, or other little places in the station, little secret things. But if you're really exploring, it'll be worthwhile because you'll find stuff. And I always think that's pretty fun. You know, it depends. You know, not everybody wants to spend a huge amount of time, you know, looking at every nook and cranny in a POI, and some just want to run through it and salvage the thing or something. Take out the core as quickly as possible and salvage it. But yeah, probably be able to do both. So, all right. Anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later.